Okay, hello, my friends. Welcome. Sometimes people wonder. A friend of mine was saying, "I'm not a leader, so what do I do? I'm not a leader. I don't even have leadership capacities." But I told him, "You are already one. You get it? You are already one." Because he was wondering why. How is it? Because I couldn't have imagined myself to be. But I told him, "You already. The reason why you did that, it's not because you. There's you. It has nothing to do with what you did or what you didn't. You are already. All right. Okay. So I was trying to let him know that he's a leader. Genesis chapter 1, verse 28. Taking a leaf from there, that biblical aspect. God said, it said there, and God blessed them, talking about human beings, and said, be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth, have dominion over the fishes of the sea, over the creeping things, everything that was made, have dominion over them. And that's the beginning of who you are, the instruction. Because if you think that you are not a leader, then this passage has shown you that you already have a blessing over you. To be blessed means to be favored. It means to be enabled to do things. To be enabled. You are now enabled. For example, a phone, your phone has some functions. So without those functions, the phone cannot operate outside its functional capacity. Whether a car or electronics or whatever thing, it can only function, it can only do what it is enabled to do. What the programmer or the manufacturer enables it to do. So, but it cannot do what it is not enabled. All right. So when you get that blessing that says you are be blessed, and God bless them and say, be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth. It's not an instruction ordinarily. It is a programming into the human capacity to do certain things extraordinarily in order to sustain the earth. All right? So that's even the vein of leadership. That's you. That's a leadership being. All right? So you are enabled to do things. So all we are doing in our leadership training is to be able to hone this capacity, to be able to make more inquiries as to know what more to do, how do we do it to make sure that we continue sustaining the earth in line with its creative purpose. And so a leader is created, wired, and enabled to lead. That's one. You are created, wired, and enabled for the purpose. Okay? So, and that's basically why you are a leader. Number one, you are created, wired, and enabled for the purpose. Number two reason why am I a leader is because a leader is a learner. And so you have to learn to hone this leadership capacity to be able to meet the purpose for which you are made. So a leader is a learner, and that's why we're sharing these leadership ideas, these leadership lessons, these leadership solutions, so you can learn more on your leadership capacity and grow in your own God-given work of dominating the earth, being blessed, replenishing your own God-given work of doing things in a way that you want to. All right, so that's very, very critical. And so you are a learner, so you have to continue learning because as a leader, you're a learner. And as a leader, you are also designed to meet needs. To meet needs. Your work is to meet needs. You meet needs because you have a sense of compassion, a sense of concern, and a sense of commitment. Without that sense of concern, within your sphere, Without that sense of compassion, without that sense of commitment, you will not be able to meet needs. So there are a lot of challenges around you. There are a lot of challenges, like if there are sick people, if there are poor people, if there's poverty, there's a problem in our society, problem in a global space. Whatever it is, your work is to meet needs. And because you are a learner, you have to learn to meet those needs. The fact that you are blessed or you have been pronounced to be fruitful, it's been worked into you to be fruitful, it's been worked into you to replenish the earth and subdue it and all that, doesn't mean that you will not learn to do. You can't continually begin to do. These are capacities that are in you that you will learn to do what you ought to do it. And of course, if you don't have those capacities, you can't even do it. But because you have the capacity, for instance, a child has the capacity to walk. The newborn child, the capacity to walk, the capacity to run is in him or her. But he can't just do it. He would have to learn it. Right? He would have to learn it. He would have to learn it. He would have to learn to walk. He would have to learn to run. He would have to learn to sit. But the capacities are in the child, because it's a human being. All right. So this is very, very critical. All right. So you have these capacities in you, the capacities that made you a great leader. They are there. But one, like, you have to learn. You have to learn to meet needs. So a leader meets needs. And again, a leader gains. A leader is rewarded for his work. The reward in leadership is the gains of honing your leadership capacity. The gains of honing your leadership capacity means you've learned to be patient, more patient, right? You've learned to persevere more. You've learned to walk through challenges more. You've learned to walk through pressures more. You've even learned to walk with oppositions more. You've even learned to embrace oppositions. You've even learned to walk through the earth, through the challenges of life. You've learned it. So that's a lot of gain for you. Right? And you've learned patience. You've learned endurance. You've learned to be truthful. You've learned the principles of integrity more. These are gains for you as a being. You have learned these things. So you are more strong to face the realities of life. So these are gains. All right. So a leader is rewarded. A leader gets reward from his leadership engagement or his leading roles. So you gain. You have a lot of gain. So you learn those capacities and you are strong at the more. You learn those capacities and you can teach more. You learn those capacities and you can grow more and grow others more. So that's it. There are a lot of things you learn and you grow in as a leader. The gains are much when you grow your leadership capacity. The gains are much when you advance your leadership capacity. So that's very, very important. So I want to stop there now, and I hope that you have learned more and you continue to share these ideas on leadership. Thank you. God bless you. Next time, let you make your comments. You can make your comments or ideas there, and you can also share and like. It's still me, Dr. Sam Osuji. We'll meet again next time. Thank you.